Jump up, feet on a table. 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 Jump up, feet on a table.
Oh, they can see us?
Yeah, I mean,
Jump up, feet on a table.
Oh,
fuck it. All right, let's
we're
start.
working on it, guys.
We're working on it.
We're
Okay.
sorry.
Fuck it, let's just start.
Feet on a
Yeah.
table.
And welcome back to Kings of Influence. I am one half of your hosting team, Ray William Johnson.
I am the other half, Epic Lloyd, and we're here every Wednesday at noon Pacific Standard Time in my back office, aka the Dope Studio, presenting our podcast, Kings of Influence. And for you guys who haven't joined us before, thanks for being here. We have a number you can call if you'd like to get a text from us letting you know when we go live. It's text the word KINGS to the number 43506, and you'll get a little text letting you know when we're about to go live, which proud of you, a bunch of you already have. I think you can see us now. I'm not sure. If you can't, hopefully the sound of our tender voices will be pleasant enough for you.
Yeah, I think we had a little bit of technical difficulties there a second ago, but now that Lloyd has put his pants back on, we are fine.
Hey,
Everything's going good.
There was too big of a shadow over everything that when I had my pants down.
Oh, is that what it was?
My junk blots out the sun.
Casting the long, long shadow.
Yeah. Can you guys see us out there? Let us know in the comments if you
Yeah,
can.
I think they can see us. I think I'll answer for them. They can see us.
Okay. We're sans Katy today. She had some business to do, so if you don't see her in the comments as much today, she's off and running her busy life, but she'll be back next week, so fear not.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Kale says they can see us. Great.
Woohoo!
All right. I wanted to tell you about this thing that I'm doing. I want to say it on the podcast because I know you guys will hold me accountable. But I do these like monthly challenges, and this month, just because it creates a nice little word scheme, I'm doing Meditation May.
Meditation May.
Meditation May. So meditate every day for 20 minutes. I'm not a meditator. I've done it before at various times for like a week on or whatever, and I know what it's supposed to do, and it's never really like
done it.
Yeah, it's never really made me feel better or whatever. But I'm gonna try it for a whole month now, and see if it does the thing that everyone says it's gonna do.
What is this supposed to do?
It's supposed to calm you the hell down.
Huh?
It's supposed to not make you driven by your urges and your emotions and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I did it for a week once, and it was only like 10 minutes a day. And I had an app which helped me immensely.
Yeah.
But half the time it just put me to sleep, which was fine.
I
It was
meditate
nice to
8
take
hours a day.
It was a nap.
Yeah.
But I definitely was like, oh my God, this is so soothing. And I was done. But I know of other friends, they swear by it.
Yeah, I know.
It just chills them the F out, and they have an easier time controlling their thoughts when they spiral out of control.
Right. And I think that's the whole point of it. And I hope I don't log in one day or show up to the podcast one day and I'm like suddenly this fucking hippie or whatever.
So low energy is like,
Yeah.
Ray, we got to pick it up here. Pick up the pace.
And welcome back to Kings of Influence. But aren't we really all kings?
Right. And what is influence?
It's just sitting here smoking weed and stuff.
Well, that's good. So every day for 20 minutes in the month of May, Meditation May.
Yeah.
Wow.
Meditation May. I did Meatless March. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
How'd that go? Are you back on the meat?
Yeah, I am back on the meat.
Back on the meat?
Way all up on the meat.
Smoking that meat wagon, bro.
Me and Kelly jumped right on the meat. As soon as we could. Hey, we're 12.
Yes, we are. And you're still working out. Still no booze.
Yep.
Still no weed.
Still no booze, still no weed, still no caffeine, still no no sweets. Although I did eat some jelly beans on Easter, I spit them out.
You just wanted to suckle
I
on
just
them.
wanted to see how they tasted.
And
how
you're a jelly candy kind of guy. I can't stand that gummy
Very
stuff.
much a gummy candy kind of guy.
Ugh. Well, I gave that up just without ever having done it.
Oh, you lucky man.
I went to my grandmother's 95th birthday this past weekend. She lives in Long Island.
Congrats to her.
Oh yeah, I know. I have a lot of old family members. There's a couple of there's a whole crew of them, and they're all in their 90s, and they all are active. They go to the casino every week, not every weekend, but they do stuff. It's all in your brain.
Bingo.
It's all in your mind. Getting old, your body can collapse, but I swear your body follows your mind. And if you have something to live, some reason to burn that fire, somehow your body kind of falls in line, or you make it fall in line for you.
And in her case, it's bingo.
Well, in her case, her mind is there, but her body is, she's 95, so she can't get around too well, but she does her best not to complain too much, which I think is very helpful. But anyways, have a lot of Italian relatives, and I gave myself, I haven't been eating a lot of pasta or pizza or anything like that, and I was like, I'm not going over there and not eating pizza. So I did the thing, and I ate it all. And now I'm back, reeled it back in, but God, it was great when I had it.
Yeah, it was like a nice event.
Yeah.
I mean, Meat Lovers Pizza is the jam.
I was in New York, and I hadn't had a good slice of pizza. I had one slice of pizza, and it was sort of mediocre. I was like, F this, man. I'm leaving. So I had pizza at 8:30 in the morning at the airport, and I loved every morsel.
That sounds disgusting.
It was
airport
awesome.
pizza.
But in New York City, JFK, they don't mess around.
Oh, that's true.
It was good stuff. It was good pizza, so they don't mess around with their pizza pie.
Did I tell you I'm doing that intermittent fasting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that going?
I mean,
what are you not doing? How are you
I
living?
know. That's my thing now. I just give up things. So I'm doing intermittent fasting, and I eat twice a day. I eat once at noon.
Yeah.
Except on podcast days because I'm podcasting when
supposed to eat.
Yeah, when I'm supposed to eat. So I eat once at noon, and then I eat again at 6, and I don't eat at any other time during the day.
Do you just shovel food into your face at those times? Just a lot of
Sometimes.
food?
Sometimes I get really hungry, but I'm used to it now. I'm used to and I know the point, and I'm used to being hungry during the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Which is a good state to be in. For the history of humanity, we've been hungry up until modern times. Now we have food at our fingertips. But think about our ancestors. They did.
That's how your body's meant to work.
Right.
I that's how I treat my pets.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up pets.
I think I do that by accident, because I'll forget to eat all day. And Josie will be like, "What are you talking about? You forgot to eat? That's crazy."
Yeah, it is crazy.
And I just slips my mind, or I'll eat some package of nuts or something like that, and I just won't eat. And I haven't. Yeah, I ate today. I had oatmeal, but I probably won't eat again until 5 or 6. So, are you doing it to lose weight? Are you doing it to make yourself suffer? You're one of those guys. Who wants to, do you have to flog yourself with leather straps and stuff?
No, of course I have Kelly do it. No, I mean I'm doing it to control my weight, and so when I do the intermittent fasting, I actually can eat pizza,
right,
and that kind of stuff because I'm only eating twice a day. Now within those 2 times a day, there's a certain calorie amount that you don't want to go over because you can still be a fat ass eating twice a day for sure.
Yeah.
But I think suffering is good for people. I'm like Gandhi in that regard. I think it's good for adults, the right kind of suffering.
Suffer.
Yeah,
I think you need to change the word. Suffer feels too negative. I think you should think about like investing in yourself because it really is. It's ultimately a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Suffer makes it feel like a bad thing. It's like a bad thing, and that it isn't. You know, like being tortured as you suffer, like someone's giving you pain. That's suffering. But suffering through eating broccoli every day. It's not really suffering. It's
Yeah.
kind of good for you.
But it's hard. I mean, it's hard. Your first 2 weeks, you're gonna suffer. I think you're gonna suffer. You'll be hungry all the time, and if you're not used to being hungry sucks.
Yeah.
It's really really hard
Yeah.
because that's like all you think about.
Yeah.
Is
It's
it-
all you want to do is just
yeah.
grab a snack.
Right.
Do you get like hangry or whatever? Like
No.
me neither. I don't know what that is.
I've had ex-girlfriends that would say that, and I'm like, no, you're just a dick.
It's just you.
You're just a jerk. Why? You just have an attitude. You just had a shitty childhood.
I do know people whose like blood sugar drops and they get faint, and like that would change their attitude for sure. I would imagine. So maybe it's a real
You
thing.
better get some insulin, man.
Right?
Don't take the shit out on me.
Don't. It's not my problem that
No.
you didn't have your Cheerios this
That's
morning.
right. You better grab a Snickers.
Yeah.
So there's this crazy thing going on in the UK that I was reading about. Apparently, well, if you read the headlines, you believe the headlines say that the UK is banning porn sites.
Oh wow.
Did you hear about that?
Faintly about because they're doing this whole Article 13 thing over there too, which is not porn, but it's related to copyright
Mhm.
and stuff, and it makes sense that would be passing at around the same time.
Right. So it's the British Board of Film Classification, the BBFC, which ironically sounds like a porn acronym.
Category.
Yeah. You get a little BDSM, BBFC,
FFM,
BBW.
BBW, POG.
So what they've decided is that it's too easy for kids to access these porn sites on the internet. So what they wanted to do, and what they I guess they're in the process of doing, is they're introducing mandatory age verification on these websites now through a system called Age ID. Now, in order to get in these sites, all you need is a credit card or a passport or a driver's license number,
Right.
and that'll validate your age. The problem is, like, I'm not giving my. I mean, I don't partake, but if I did,
Sure.
I'm not going to give my driver's license number to a porn site. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well,
And so they're saying it feels like a porn ban.
I mean, your driver's license or your credit card.
I mean, any of it.
But I mean, half of them, a lot of porn sites are pay sites, so you would probably be giving your credit card number anyway.
Not me
Because you're just stealing.
personally.
You're just robbing and making it so these people
steal
get
it.
paid nothing.
No, who the hell pays for porn in 2019?
I don't know. I do. I would, because I feel like you would. It honestly, it feels weird. I feel like you would benefit the actual people working in that industry because it is an industry.
Yeah, but I'm no offense. I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
Half of them are addicted like crackheads and addicted to opiates and shit. Like I don't. I'm sorry, that's just not a demographic that I'm like, oh man, they really need my help.
But you're consuming their content.
I don't care. I can easily replace their content with my imagination.
Oh, then you should do that for sure.
I'm just I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm not trying to diminish, but I'm also just I have no sympathy for the porn industry if it fails, because I can get the same value out of a couple who's like, let's just film ourselves and put it on the internet for free.
But then why not? Then watch that.
I mean, people do.
Okay, but
That's what I'm saying.
right. But
I'm not into patronizing.
But
them.
wouldn't you say that like the safety and well-being of people in general is a good thing?
Yeah, I feel like you're backing me into a corner here, but yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we would all agree that safety is good.
And that's an industry that has the potential to be more unsafe than other places.
That I don't know.
I would say. I would argue that more people have the potential to be hurt and abused or manipulated in that particular industry than in like the donut factory industry. So
I don't know, man.
From my perspective, people paying for that stuff is a good thing because then you can put certain things in place, at least in most part, versus if people are scrounging for money and have no money to go after and or pay people, then you start to abuse the people in that industry. It can't be safe. It can't be regulated. It can't be. Then you get then it gets gross. So I think that paying for porn is a good thing if you do it.
Sure, if people want to do that, but I don't want to do that.
Right, but then you just shouldn't watch it.
No, I mean, whatever. I would rather watch the homemade shit or whatever than, like, the thing is, right now it's offered for free on any of the. So do you need site recommendations? Like, it's free and it's not like
Yeah,
stealing.
there's
It's,
certainly a lot of free stuff out there.
they'll film like an hour porn movie and then they'll cut it down to like the best 5 minutes and they'll as a promotion and they'll put that 5-minute like trailer
Yeah,
on a porn site.
of course.
Well, 5-minute trailer is all I need. I don't need this hour-long journey.
A journey.
You see what I'm saying?
The far and away version.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that if someone's not, I do think that age verification is good. It is too easy to be a 13-year-old
Mhm.
and when you click a year, basically at this point it's like, are you 18? Really?
Right.
And you click yes and you're in. And or you click like your birth date and then you click yes and you're in. That is way too easy. And if you are a guy who doesn't want to put your credit card in to verify your birth, then yeah, maybe you got to find it someplace else. You got to figure it out someplace else. So the pushback is people are saying because I don't want to verify my age via credit card or driver's license.
Yeah, it feels like a porn ban.
Right. And porn companies are probably like, what the fuck?
I'm sure there's a huge porn lobby.
Yeah. Well, I remember in Los Angeles a couple years back, they passed a law where all performers had to be wearing condoms. And that was also seen as a porn ban. Because no one wants to watch a porn where you wear a condom.
Come on.
That's why we're watching porn. You want the fantasy, right? Like, they might as well just film boring sex.
Let's be realistic.
Right.
Wearing condoms. Yeah, the funny thing about this like whole issue is it's not really an issue because think about it, it's not really an issue where you can stand up and shout at the top of your lungs about how
right. This
is an outrage. You got to be like, oh no, I don't. I see that it really doesn't apply to me, so I don't really care.
Right. Right.
No, honey, I don't know why people are upset about that. It seems
are people still like that in 2019?
Silly issue.
Though?
I don't know.
Isn't it just
probably married guys?
Acceptable. No, maybe not.
Probably married guys. I don't know. I just don't think that there's a lot of dudes downtown marching about this.
Yeah, definitely not. Probably it's more the sex workers that are down there because they feel like their job's going to be on blast.
Well, look, let me put it this way: as a guy who makes video content, talking to another guy who makes video content, I gotta say your oh shit, what do I call it? Your income and the whole system, the structure of how you make money off making that content is always in jeopardy.
Yeah.
It's
fragile.
It's crazy. So you gotta find a different system if this system's hurting you as a performer. Like people don't want to pay for your sites, then you gotta do ad supported stuff. Or you gotta do what are the sites where they like donate money to cam girls to like take off their clothes. You gotta find another business model.
And I think that particular, sex sells, right? That's the oldest saying in the world. It definitely will. I think that those adult industry businesses should be aggressively interested in working with the UK on that effort because, again, it's self-preservation. If they can find a way that works, then it becomes like, hey, this is for adults. Everybody knows this is for adults. Let's not be shamed about it. It's a part of life.
Yeah.
18 plus. That's just the way it is. Now, are they making money off of people who are younger than that? I doubt it. I doubt that there's a lot. Maybe a 15-year-old is giving money, to a website. I don't know how an adult website would make money off a minor if they didn't have a. Maybe they may. I've seen websites that will take gift cards of other companies and make that into money.
Jesus.
So you could take your Xbox gift card and cash it out at an adult site or something. So maybe like that, but I don't know how else they would be making money if the kid didn't give a credit card anyway.
That's so it doesn't show up on your credit card bill, isn't it?
I don't know.
We take anything. We take Sam's Club card. We take
Probably. And probably because they don't want to know whose it is.
Yeah.
They just say, hey, this is, I mean, the gift card industry is like massive. And I think maybe like 5% of all gift cards go unspent forever. That's just money laying out there.
Yeah.
You know, I have them. I have like gift cards lying all around. I should do that myself.
Use them for porn sites.
Yeah, there we go.
You should. And I don't mean to come across unsympathetic again to the porn industry.
You monster.
But I'll put it this way. So, I'm out on the road doing stand up and we're driving to these places and I'm with these other comics and we go to a grocery store and get our food for the week or for the day or whatever. And we all sort of meet up at the checkout line. And I'm over there doing self-checkout because I'm just getting a few things for the day. And one of the other sort of more left-leaning comics, very left-leaning comics, is in the line with like the actual checker. Right. Like I'm choosing to use a robot and they're choosing to use a human. And so I get through my line way quicker. And when
Do you though?
Yes. And when we're done, because I'm standing there waiting for them to be done, when we're done, I say, why don't you just use the self-checkout? There was an open one right next to me. And they said, well, because I like to support there being a human in that job.
Okay.
In that position. And I said, as much as I sympathize with like robots taking the jobs, you got to find another way. You got to find another way to make money. You can't.
Yeah.
Look,
I feel like this is apples and oranges though. This is not the same argument. You're talking about technology taking the place of humans, and I'm talking about paid work as opposed to free work, making a workplace environment more safe.
No, I know, but I'm saying if they're not getting the funds that they need, then they got to find another way to get it.
To get money.
To get money to make the industry work the way it's supposed to work.
I agree. And if they're getting a certain portion of their money because people are underage or they're doing it in a way that's not good for children, then, F off, figure it out. My point was not that. My point is more, I think that people should think about paying for adult websites and adult things as a good thing, as long as you're not like thousands of dollars, rather than a bad thing. Because if you're just getting it for free, it makes the environment for those people more difficult and more dangerous. And not a lot of people think about that.
I promise you, it's not.
Like, say you had a strip club with no security guards, because no one. So say you went to like a dance club or a strip club, and they didn't pay the workers enough to have security there. That would be a problem, right, for everybody.
Sure.
Sort of similar to what I'm talking about, in as much as if this content is going out there and everybody's ingesting it for free and only a little bit of money is trickling in, then everybody's encouraged to cut corners. And so then it becomes more difficult for everybody. And some people, that's their job. That's what they do, That's what they do.
Dude, I promise you, it's not us, the consumer, that's disrupting and hurting the porn industry. It's the couples who film themselves.
I don't think you're right. I think that there was a golden age of like VCR rentals and purchases and before the internet came along, and the internet on a large level disrupted that industry. And then, now it's shifted to like cam people. But I will say that's a different experience though. Like watching something and then interacting with a person is way different, I would think.
No, I'm not referring to the cam girls. I'm referring to like,
I've never talked this long and in depth about.
I know about porn, but okay, let's pretend we're a couple and then we film ourselves and then we just put it on the internet because fuck it,
right.
Or it leaks on the internet or whatever. Like that has value to someone.
Yeah.
People are going to use that.
People
in our audience
are
going to search for that video. Anyway, this is a very long and in-depth
conversation. But anyway, back to bring full circle.
Okay.
Where has the UK situation landed? Is it passed? Is it spreading to the whole?
I believe it has to. Katie's not here to look it up for us from the current situation, but I was reading about it yesterday. I believe it has passed and they're in the process of implementing this. I mean, look, they can't completely ban porn.
No, and it's not a porn
Just
ban.
like it's not a porn ban. Even if they tried, they could, just like, they can't completely ban drugs or guns and all these
Correct.
things. Like, there's still going to be stuff out there that people will have access to. So people
Yeah.
will still find ways to get their porn, and there are hundreds of thousands of porn sites, maybe millions. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's the ones that they're going after are probably the bigger
Yeah.
ones that have a income source and can support that. And they'll probably take a hit, but I think it's for the best overall, Like, what else are you going to do? It used to be you had to like sneak into a 7-Eleven and steal a penthouse or something, or find your dad's old stash or something. And then that was where you got your little stash of porn, and that was it. It was like a little pile or whatever you had. It is on your phone. You can look it up on an iPod. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's so accessible. My other question would be is, I do think that has something to do with how little sex that this generation is having these days. It's just easier to figure it out on your own, just handle it yourself. Also, it makes real life relationships and physical interactions seem boring
Mhm.
because it's not like this glorified thing.
Because there's no money shot at the end.
So I wonder if it would ever just level off and just be just like, yeah, it's everywhere. It's kind of normal, like it's not that so desensitized that it becomes ineffectual.
Ineffective?
Ineffective.
Ineffective? You mean like porn? You mean we come to a point where porn isn't doing anything for anyone because it's kind of everywhere?
Yeah. Or that people were, yeah, kind of like that. Like, I feel like in Europe, it's more, it's like in this country, it's a little twisted. Like, you can go and see a full on gory sex. I mean, like, you can watch The Walking Dead on AMC.
Sure.
People blowing each other's heads off, dead bodies everywhere, but you can't see a woman's breast. It's like twisted that's a little stupid.
You talking about on TV and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little weird here. Whereas in some places in Europe, they'll put boobs in a commercial to sell a wheel of cheese,
Great.
and it's like, so it's funny.
That feels more
joke.
normal to me than to be able to watch a show where you reach in and tear out a dead body's guts and smear it all over your body so that you smell like you're dead. That's fine. Or like Fortnite, these video games where you're just blowing people away in mass numbers, and the violence and the desensitivity to that.
Right, but look, we live in America, and as you know from being an American, Jesus likes guns and doesn't like nudity.
You can't control yourself.
It's self-defense is what it is.
Something.
Anyway,
good luck, Europe.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck, the UK. I think the UK is gonna. All the Brits are eventually gonna have to, like, they're accessing these really cheap side, like, Croatian porn sites where it's all weird and everyone's like urinating on each other and like, well, this is all I got.
This is it.
This is what we got going on. So
Pornhub.Ukraine.
They're speaking in weird languages and stuff's blurred out that doesn't need to be blurred out.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, one more thing. It's somebody's job to blur out genitals in Japanese adult films.
Yep.
Like, that's someone gets paid to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to film school. This is for 4 years. This is bullshit.
Just sitting around all day with that Gaussian blur on 15%, and then you just track the pee-pee.
Which is the weirdest. Like, why bother? Just the weirdest thing. I mean, there's other weird stuff going on in Japan and stuff, but that's the weirdest thing I've ever encountered. I'm like, why bother? What if I were the porn star and I got my genitals blurred out? I would feel like a little offended. Yeah, like, why did I go through that? You just blurred out the.
I did the whole deed.
Yeah, all that's left is the embarrassing part. Me, my weird faces, and my awkward body.
I know. I don't know. I don't know. That seems like one of those laws that got passed, and then that ended up being a loophole where they're like, well, we're not showing anything. It's this is what, and then it just went on like that, and now there it is.
All right, enough about porn.
Yeah, I wonder how many of our listeners are under 18 right now.
Statistically, not very many, but enough.
Yeah.
They've all seen porn too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Instagram. Speaking of porn that everyone can access.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Instagram, because Instagram is testing a feature where they're hiding everyone's likes.
I heard about
You hear about this?
That would be a massive game changer.
I think that might actually be a good thing. I'm not opposed to it. So, apparently it's an effort to combat people's obsession with likes and things, and so they're going to hide the likes, these figures from the public, but you can see them on the back end.
Oh, you can see
from
your
your
own?
own account. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
If you could hide it from them, if that would be the game changer for me, when they hide it from you. So you have no idea how many people have liked it. That would change the obsession.
Of course. Well, they're already testing it out. They're testing it out in Canada, and then if it's good, they're going to roll it out sort of everywhere. But that to me, I'm just like, what is Instagram without likes?
Well, to me, I don't look at how many likes other people got and compared to that. I'm always just looking at my own like, but maybe the only reason I care about my own is because I can compare it to other people's. If they hid it from me, that would make me stop checking my phone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't know that other people's likes would make me stop checking my phone. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I just saw this article about Facebook and how they're trying to become much more private as well. I think that it's starting to, the bubble is starting to burst where enough people are like, this is getting crazy.
Yeah.
This is not good for us. I don't like what it's doing to my kids. I don't like what it's doing to myself. I can't help myself on things. I think it's, and I bet, and maybe it's that self-preservation, like what you said. Instagram is like reading the writing on the wall, being like, we got to move with this or else we're going to go down with the ship.
Yeah. I mean, the question is, did Instagram suddenly get a conscience? Or
I bet you it's linked to money.
Or yeah, or they're like, we can make more money if we don't show everyone's likes.
Well, I think we can make more money if we survive.
That's true.
And if the zeitgeist changes to like smoking cigarettes, I've said that for years. I feel like we're gonna look back at this generation and it'll be like when you could smoke everywhere. And it was like, remember we could just like smoke on a plane and smoke in the middle of a restaurant,
right?
And all that shit. I think we'll be like, remember when you could just be on your cell phone on a plane? I think that will happen. Maybe it'll take some weird medical studies to figure out that it like gives you brain tumors and shit, but I do see that happening.
I think, well, I question this, and it could go in one direction or the other. There might be an age where we look back and go, remember when anyone could just film anyone else in public?
Yeah. That's bonkers to me.
Like, not in a private business, but like out in public. And I know people look at it and they go, well, that's the public space and all that. But if you watch some of the things that are happening, some of these prank videos and that kind of stuff, and these people who are clearly manipulating the innocence and naivete of others when these pranks aren't faked. And I'm just wondering if there is a point where there is some law put into place where they put a stop to that, because they're incentivized. These pranksters are incentivized to do it. They're incentivized to fuck with people.
Yeah. And those folks weren't asked permission.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that has the same effect as the likes versus showing likes and not, but
yeah,
it feels like it's the same, in the same conversation on some level. Changing other people's likes. Well, you know what would happen though? Here's what I think immediately pops up is like some extension on your app or some website, a Social Blade or a Tube Buddy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can see all the likes, because these people who are making a lot of money on Instagram, the people who are buying ads against that, et cetera, need to know. So they would, I don't know, download a report from the content creator or something. But
those you're talking about influencers. Yeah. Influencers be interested in seeing that. My cousins and shit, they don't care about that.
Right.
They wouldn't do that. And the majority of the 500 million people that use Instagram by far are not influencers, not even close.
Yeah. I wonder if I'm the opposite of most people, where I don't care how many likes somebody else's photo has. I only care how many mine has.
Well, I also know that I'll never be able to compete with a white girl with a big ass. She'll always get more likes than me.
Right.
No matter how stupid whatever they're doing is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm also a video guy. So I think I would look more at views,
Right.
like view counts, and that makes
Yeah.
me wonder: is Instagram going to do the same thing to view counts?
I would assume so.
Because those,
Yeah.
I think those do matter.
Yeah, you judge the quality of it based on those things.
So-
Like, I wonder if
sometimes.
YouTube would fall in place like that, because that would certainly make me. If I look at a video and it's got 60 million views and I think it's a piece of garbage, it upsets me during the day. Or if I look at a
It
video,
upsets you.
it does. Or if I look at a video that's like a ripoff of somebody else's thing or my thing and it has a ton of views, that upsets me. I don't obsess over it, but I certainly
Right.
get miffed. You know, or I'm or the other way. If a video that I really dig comes out and it just crushes, I'm like, yeah, good for that person. I
Right.
have an emotional connection with that.
Or something's great and no one's watching it, and you're like, "Oh, come on, people,
Yeah.
this is great."
Yeah. Let me try to help this.
Yeah.
Or it incentivizes me to, or you connect that to money and be like, man, these guys must be doing crazy on these ads right now. This is a trend. You look at trends. That would work for Instagram too. If you are a content creator or something, you're like, what's working right now? What aside from big asses and sweet thighs, what's working? What makes people want to click?
Right.
I wonder what they do. What's gonna happen? Or does just another app open up that shows you everything?
Probably. It's
Yeah.
probably that. This is another like sort of influencer driven app. I mean, inevitably other apps are going to open up at some point.
What's TikTok?
I was just about to say, I hear TikTok is, I mean, it's an app. I think TikTok is too young for us, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, I think it's 20 years old and under.
but
maybe even
is it
younger than that.
music? I feel like
I think it used to be music.
Musically. I
Like-
think Musically got bought by TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of lip syncing videos
Right.
and a lot of like really, really immature stuff. And it might mature over time. I don't know.
Right.
Who the hell knows? I don't have an account just because my theory is like there's so many platforms out there. Like pick 2 platforms,
Yeah.
1 or 2, and
Yeah.
just focus on those, and everything else can be an afterthought. So I don't have a TikTok account.
Yeah.
Probably
I don't
never will.
I had a Musically account for about a hot second because I met one of the big Musically stars and like did a collab with her. And sure enough, like all of a sudden I had 20,000 followers on Musically, and
Damn.
then I never did anything else ever again. Because it's, gosh, you only have so much creative juice in you, and you have to put it in the right spots. Some of these folks are frenetically on everything, but I think that those people don't make good YouTube videos or good Facebook videos. They make good short forms, quicker other things, and you can knock those out and do 4 or 5 of them on these different little apps. But I think for what you and I do, it's more trying to polish things on a bigger level, taking the time to write and shoot and edit
Yeah,
them.
trying to get better at what I do.
I can't do any part of my job on the phone,
You're right.
other than maybe tweeting it out using another platform to promote it. But
Right.
there will be no editing of any video that I do on a phone.
No.
I can't stand it.
Well, you got to get with the times, old man.
I'm trying, or I don't know. Maybe I'm not trying at all.
I don't know if you are. I got something for you.
Hey.
We're gonna play Sexist Like because we haven't played it in a while, and someone requested it last week.
Okay.
So we'll play Sexist Like instead of Stoner Thoughts. Would have been better if
Wasn't that Make It or Break It though?
Katie here? Yeah, we don't have a Sexist Like jingle, so
Oh. Sex is like. Yeah.
Sexist Like, yeah, that's oh god, just like the most porny, pervy jingle ever.
Well, I
Ooh,
can see the
yeah.
comments from here, so they can play along if they want.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
little bit behind us.
It's nice to have the ladies' perspective in the Sex is Like talk because I don't know, it takes 2 to tango sometimes.
Ladies also participate in sex sometimes.
They do.
as I am told.
That's what the rumor has.
I was led to believe that you can have sex with another person if they consent.
I mean, I guess in the last resort
Right.
situation, you
I mean,
have to.
Thought it was a one-man job.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. All right, so sex is like TikTok.
That's funny. Sex is like TikTok. It's only a matter of time.
Oh, sex is like TikTok. It doesn't take any real talent to get it done.
Sex is like TikTok. Real popular with 20 and unders.
Oh, sex is like TikTok. Lloyd has been exposed to 20,000 people.
Sex is like TikTok. You use your fingers.
Oh God. Sex is like TikTok. A lot of it is done to bad music. Okay, sex is like a giraffe.
Sex is like a giraffe. It's always going down.
Hey, sex is like a giraffe. The taller ones always do better.
Sex is like a giraffe. It has a surprising tongue.
Oh wow. Sex is like a giraffe. Technically, you can do it with a horse.
Really? Yes, that's true.
Right, a giraffe's like sort of a horse.
Sex is like a giraffe. Looks good on paper, but at the end of the day, usually pretty awkward.
Okay. Sex is like a giraffe. A lot of it happening in Africa. And a lot more dangerous than you think. Okay,
Okay.
maybe that's not good.
Sex is like a cup of coffee.
Sex is like a cup of coffee. Better when it's black?
Hey,
I mean, come on. Yeah, I know. It's going somewhere.
Sex is like a cup of coffee. If I don't get it in the morning, I'm grumpy the rest of the day.
Nice. Sex is like a cup of coffee. I quit that a long time ago. I haven't had it since the first of the year.
Sex is like a cup of coffee. Starbucks sucks.
Starbucks sucks.
Hey,
Shanna Meek said sex is like a semi.
Sex is like a semi.
Sex is like a semi. Always with truckers.
Yeah. Sex is like a semi. Always trying to get somebody in the cab.
Ooh. Sex is like a semi. Always. It's just always in my way. when I'm trying to get somewhere.
Sex is like a semi. I'm always hauling ass to get some.
Nice. Okay. Sex is like an ambulance.
Sex is like an ambulance. I'll move everything out of the way to get it.
Wow. Sex is like an ambulance. Always, a lot of dead guys involved. I don't.
Sex is like an ambulance. If it's done right, you can hear it from all the way down the street.
Okay, that's good. No, that's a good one. Sex is like an ambulance. Really, really expensive.
Sex is like an ambulance. If you open up the bay doors and then there's a lot of people in there moving quickly, you know something's very wrong.
Sex is like an ambulance. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you know something went wrong if there's a dead guy involved.
Sex is like an ambulance. Lot of blood.
Wow. All right. Sex is like a mountain bike.
Sex is like a mountain bike. I got 18 speeds, baby.
Nice. Sex is like a mountain bike. I haven't owned one ever. That was awful.
Sex is like a mountain bike. You can stick to the rules, but it's better when you go off-roading.
Oh, nice. Sex is like a mountain bike. The douchiest guys always have them.
Yeah. Sex is like a mountain bike. I'll take you for a ride.
Nice.
Fairly up the middle.
That's easy.
Fairly up the middle.
Yeah, sex like a mountain bike. A lot of dudes have been on it.
Sex is like a mountain bike. You'll have a Huffy.
What?
I think Huffy is a brand of bikes. Did you ever?
No,
have a
I know,
Huffy?
but I'm just wondering how a Huffy relates to sex.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. All right. We'll do one more.
One more.
Sex is like a Muppet.
Sex is like a Muppet. I'll shove my hand up your ass.
I was gonna say that. Sex is like a Muppet. It's adorable, but will also teach you a thing.
Yeah, it will teach you a thing.
A thing or two.
Sex is like a Muppet. Somebody's always getting felt.
Nice. Sex is like a Muppet. I just whenever I'm involved, it's just these weird voices come out. He's cartoony.
I got nothing.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
okay. That was a long
Ended
one.
on the Muppets.
That was a long one.
It felt. It feels fitting for today's conversation.
Which, oh yeah, it's a very porny episode.
Yeah. Well, what does that say about us? Who knows? It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. That's why.
That's what it is. Well, that's what happens. So Katie doesn't show up, and so it's just the broadcast.
Yeah, right.
Today, and we're just like talking about beer and football and
boners.
And yes, exactly. All right, let's hear from Jorge. He's 18.
Jorge.
Hi, Ray. I mean, Ray and Lloyd. My name is Jorge Ochoa. I'm 18, and so I've been dating this girl for 3 years now, and I met someone else, and I don't know who I should pick because I still like the girl I'm with, but I like the other girl I met. I would like your advice on this. It's been a very hard decision on me, and I'm bad with decisions. Thank you, and have a nice day.
All right, that's very
Sounds like a
nice.
nice guy.
Have a nice day. So Jorge, he's 18. He's been dating someone 3 years, and he met someone else, and he also likes that person.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's time to move on.
I think so too.
You're 18, and it's like your mind and your body's telling you don't have any kids with this 3-year relationship.
Yeah.
I would imagine. So, yeah, maybe it's time you out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I got to agree. I feel like if you've been with a girl since you were 15 and you're 18 now and you're meeting someone new, I commend you on being conflicted over the decision. That
Agreed.
means you're a good person. And that means
Agreed.
you have feelings for the person and you're a nice person. So I would try to handle it in an honest way. But it is hard. That first love, that first breakup is so hard. It's way different than dating when you're on Tinder and all these things. I remember the first girl I broke up with or broke up with me, it was like, I didn't know how to control those emotions. It wasn't,
Yeah.
I wasn't like on purpose anything. It was completely involuntary. And I couldn't control that.
Right.
So I don't think it'll be easy, but I do think that it's probably a healthy thing for you to experience more than one person before settling on someone for the rest of your life.
Right. And I think your the internal Jorge, the little Jorge, is telling you in some way that it's time to move on because you're already thinking about you're already liking someone. You're allowing yourself to be attracted to someone and to like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's okay. I wouldn't beat yourself up about it. I feel like it's more natural than the other thing. I think staying with someone in your entire life that you met when you were 15 statistically doesn't work well for relationships, and it's not really how we're wired. So it's okay that you have feelings for somebody else. And it doesn't mean that the feelings that you had for your original girlfriend are any less or worse or diminished. Those are also real. It sucks because you can love two people. You know, you can have feelings for two people. It's what makes us human to not act on those feelings, you know?
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, Jorge, I think you have our advice. I think it's pretty unanimous on this. It's so easy to give relationship advice when you're like divorced from the scenario.
Yeah, when you're like in a solid
When you don't
relationship.
know anyone involved, you're just like, hey, man, I think what's best is you maybe find someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't leapfrog from one girlfriend to the next. I don't think that's healthy either.
Yeah.
But like, go first of all, go through your breakup. Don't cheat because that's a scummy thing to do. But go through your breakup, then go on some dates with this person you like. Go on some dates with some other people, and just see how it feels.
Have a good time. Wear protection. Always wear protection.
This
This
podcast is brought to you by Trojan.
Yeah, by Trojan.
Trojan man. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Easy 18-year. I can give 18-year-olds relationship advice all day.
But
Move on.
But I do remember being 18. Like I stuck with my girlfriend from high school into college. Like I would never do that. I would tell someone not to do that right now.
Yeah.
But I did, and half of it was because I loved her, and half of it was because I didn't want to hurt her. It was almost like it was more, I would have almost rather her break up with me than me break up with her because I felt like such an asshole to do it. But you're just
right, because you love them and you don't want to hurt them and all this other stuff.
And you're just not mature enough yet to handle it in such a. It's not like breaking up with an adult, It's just so different.
Adults can be nutty too, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I've dated enough to know, like, adults can be just as nutty.
Yeah,
there's a reason why the whole daddy issues stereotype is kind of thrown around, and these. I don't mean to be sexist here, but I've only dated women, so I can only talk about women who I've dated or whatever. But like, yeah, that whole trope about, well, they didn't get enough hugs from their dad, and so now they're they're not quite right in the relationship department, and they're looking for validation from you that they didn't get previously, validation that you're not prepared to give. And that shit sucks. That's hard on a relationship.
Yeah. When you have to be constantly outputting energy and constantly trying to fill some gap that you like didn't sign up for and you didn't realize about.
Well, when you have emotionally, when you have to be like dad and boyfriend.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a responsible enough person to pull that off. Like,
Right.
What happens when you get home and your dad's passed out on the lawn? Is that the dad you really want? Like, what are you gonna do? You know.
That's good.
So,
Yeah, I know. Like, man, I'm choosing not to have kids. I can't take care of you.
Yeah.
What
Don't you see this?
What are you talking about? Of all people, why would you look to me? Well, it's because clearly their dad wasn't responsible.
Yeah. I wonder what, I mean, is that like mommy issues with the dude? Like, I don't think those things rear their ugly head in the same way for guys who weren't paid attention to enough by their fathers. I think it's more that happens in it comes out in a different way for guys.
Yeah, and we're talking about mass statistics here, so it's not like 100% of all people
Sure.
feel this way. But from what I've read in general, so like we'll just take abuse in general. So if you abuse a kid, the girl they grow up and become, the likelihood of them becoming a fucked up adult goes up,
Sure.
and the girls become worriers. Like they get anxiety and they worry and it sort of eats them alive. And the guys become warriors, where they're like picking fights at bars and shit.
Are you talking about like physical abuse?
Well, I mean, yeah, like physical
violence.
abuse, or it could even go to like threats
Right.
of violence that can be just as bad as,
Right.
because you're making the kids scared all the time. And
Yeah.
so the girls will come up and worry all the time, and the guys will grow up and be aggressive.
Yeah. Yoked up or like fight or flight kind of.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So, and again, these are generalizations. Like the women tend to go this way, the guys tend to go that way. So to answer your question, yeah, like guys, I imagine guys with daddy issues or guys with mommy issues also act out in different ways as adults.
Fair enough.
Woo!
Wow.
Getting deep, bro.
Deep on the Kings.
All from Jorge's. I don't know, man. All from Jorge's 18-year-old relationship advice. I don't know, man. Should I break up with this girl? Yeah. If you're asking, that's the thing. In general, if you don't have any kids and you're asking, should I break up with this person? The answer is probably yes. 9 out of 10 times. If you're asking that.
To be honest, if it's something you're feeling on the inside, like trying to convince yourself to stay never really works.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, because the thing is your body, your inner self will tell you otherwise. You don't, if the relationship's going good, you're not sitting there going, oh, should I break up with this person?
You're the person who wants to suffer all the time. Maybe that's just what they should
I don't
do.
suffer in my relationships. Get out of here. Well, look, I will self-suffer all the time. I'll put myself through diets and workouts and strenuous like activities to get better at comedy and these things that I do, and I'll force myself to get on stage even when, like I have anxiety and I'm naturally afraid to do that and all this stuff because I think it's good for you. But what I won't do is sit around and have a partner who just fucking complains all the time and drives me nuts. I won't do it.
Well, not yet, but what about what month is that?
That's true. That's
like
true.
Bitchy May.
Well, no, you gotta find like a letter. Like you gotta have
there's no C words. There's no C months.
Like Danielle December or something like that. So all through the month of December, I date someone named Danielle, and she's a psychopath.
She's just awesome.
And I just suffer. But the sex is great, so because that's always tends to be the case.
Funny.
All right, let's hear from Nicole, 21.
All right.
Hi guys, my name is Nicole. I'm 21 years old. At 17 years old, I had a car accident and I had a traumatic brain injury. I can only see and hear from one eye and ear. So I go to community college and it's a little rough for me. I have temporary memory loss. Therefore, I get information, but it tends to go away. It leaves and it goes. I remember, but then I forget. And I just want to know, what do you guys think I should try out? Maybe I should try out something else, something to help me do anything, I don't know, anything that will get me the same, success or whatever as maybe I used to. Or I could have. Well, fuck what could have, but I mean, yeah. So yeah, anything I should try out, but thanks.
All right. Little rambling there from Nicole at the end, but that's all right. All right. So Nicole was 21 at 17. It sounded like she had a car accident, had a little brain injury, can't see out of one eye, can't hear out of one ear, maybe has short-term memory loss, something like that. So she is in community college, and it sounds like she's having doubts about whether it's working for her. Like
Well, it sounds
the
like she's
college part.
struggling. She's struggling to retain the information that she's supposed to be learning.
Right. So first of all, Nicole, put a battery in your smoke alarm, because I can hear it chirping in the background.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, I can hear it chirping back. So put a battery in there. First things first. Second, the thing is, if you remove the traumatic brain injury out of this equation, because we're definitely not qualified to comment on that. I assume, Nicole, that you've been to a doctor and you've done all that stuff. But I can comment on the college part. I would say, look, in general, Nicole, if you're doing something and you don't love doing it, or it's not a direct means to an end, then you should evaluate why you're doing it, especially if you're spending money on it.
Yeah.
And maybe college isn't for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And not just people who have short-term memory loss or can't see out of an eye or whatever. Like, there's a lot of people that's just not feeling it. In fact, I'd say most people like don't finish college, or they go and they don't know what to do. So 21 years old, I think she's feeling a little bit lost. And I honestly think, if you really break it down, it's disconnected from the eye and ear, from the hear loss in the sight.
Yeah.
I think any other circumstance, she would still be like, yeah, I don't know what this college is doing for me. This is tough.
Yeah. I mean, this my heart breaks for these type of calls. Like, it makes you reminded about how fragile life is and how fast your whole game can change. So I send positive vibes out there for sure, and I agree. I'm not really qualified to talk about things medically, but what I could say is, I might think about. I'll address the other thing. So yeah, if not feeling the college thing, then think about that. But from the other side is, I wouldn't be surprised if there are programs out there through the hospital or through volunteer programs that might be geared toward that type of recovery in terms of brain trauma or things of that nature that you might be able to get enrolled in. You might want to investigate those things in your community. Maybe you can do an internship somewhere to get yourself, like, because treatment's expensive, right? So what I would say is, I don't know what your insurance is like or anything of things, but you're probably going to need to work on that area of health in your life for the rest of your life. I feel like it's going to be like a muscle. You're going to need to get really good at certain exercises or certain treatments that rehab you so that you can now like what's the word I'm thinking of, balance out those scales, because you're working with one ear and one eye now. So I think you need to treat it like an ongoing rehab and get yourself in an ongoing program that is consistently working toward making you stronger so you can balance things out. And I don't think it'll be like, oh, I did this for an hour and my whole life is different now. I think it's going to have to be like, I have bad knees. And this is maybe a bad analogy, but I always have to stretch, drink water, and do rehab on my knees always. If I don't want them to hurt, if I don't want to feel like they're going to pop out of the socket or feel like wobbly, I have to do that every day. And sometimes I don't, and I'm reminded of it. So I would investigate that type of stuff and try to make that a habit. And I do think that will help the other areas of your life that you're struggling with.
Sure. The college will help you too. Like the any college that's worth a shit has some sort of program that helps students
Yeah.
that can't quite either make it to class or has some kind of disability that could affect their learning and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the ones that I've been, I mean, I've dabbled in like 3 colleges in my life,
Mhm.
and all of them had some kind of program for that kind of stuff.
Sure. And you'll probably meet people who are going through something similar as you, which is super helpful for just experiences in general about, think about what you would say to somebody if they went through something similar, how much insight you would have on the situation. Sometimes just having that emotional connection with someone to talk to makes an entire framing of an experience better. Like my
Oh
high
yeah.
school, first 2 years of high school sucked because I just couldn't find the right type of friends. Then my junior and senior year were great because I met a whole bunch of cool people that I liked a lot, and then my whole experience changed. So you might find that if you're in a happier place in yourself inside, you're able to process information better, remember things better, like them better. That's kind of hippy dippy, but I think there's some reality to that.
Well, it is a little hippy dippy, but I was gonna say that's also the beauty of the internet is you can find others who are going through a similar thing, no matter how obscure it is.
Yeah, big world out there.
Yeah. So Nicole, I think you're fine. I think you're gonna do fine. And honestly, as a 21-year-old in college, I think what you're going through, believe it or not, is actually normal.
Yeah,
You're a little lost. You're like, I don't know, is this working for me? Is it you're sitting there going, is this me? Am I the asshole here and I just can't learn shit?
yeah,
And I know you got some things going on with your traumatic brain injury, but I also don't think it's you.
mm,
I think college just isn't just not working for you, as it doesn't work for a lot of people.
hmm.
Which would suggest that you have no plan and no path, which at 21 years old, I wouldn't expect you to have a plan or a path. That's why you're not passionate about college.
Yeah,
Like if you knew you wanted to be a doctor, you'd be like, okay, I got this. This is what I got to do.
yeah. Stay on path.
Right, but you're lost. You're like, I don't.
Yeah.
What is this for? Why am I learning college algebra? This is stupid.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Do you have a path at 21?
Me?
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Oh.
I did. But I just got there.
Path to the bar.
Path to the bar. Yeah. Well, no, but it was a massive transitional period for me for sure. Like going out of athletics into comedy. But that was 19, 20, 21. And that was big. It was such a big part of my identity, the athletics, gymnastics. It was like such a big part of it. And letting that go and then finding a new path. And it was like when I did find that new path, it was like everything opened up and fell right into place. I think there's a word for it. There's like a word for I don't know what it is, but there's a word for that feeling of when things fall, when you're doing the right thing, things fall in place for you. I think it's a Native American word or something.
Orgasm.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Talk about falling in place.
Hey. Yes.
Yeah.
So when I was 21, I think I was just discovering that I wanted to go into law and be an attorney. And I worked on that for years and didn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
And now I do comedy.
I could see you being an attorney though.
Yeah, I totally have that thing. But
Yeah.
somehow the entertainment and comedy thing worked and it was a lot more fun.
Didn't you like start making videos in like your college dorm room or like
Mhm.
the library or something?
Yeah, I started watching like YouTube and internet videos in the library because that's where I studied all the time.
And then you just made a video in the library?
No, and then I would make, and then it just one day I was like, oh, I want to make some videos. That's cool. And videos back then were just people talking into a webcam. They weren't anything special.
And then what did it take off right away?
No, took a while. So so I'd go back to my my dorm room in my room, and I would like wait for the sun to come out at the right hour. So because I didn't have any lights or anything,
Yeah.
so that it would light me the right way, and I would just get in my webcam and talk, and I would talk about my day and talk about the 2008 presidential election. Hillary and Obama, like that big race was going on at the time, and I was learning about some of that and stuff in school, being a history major, studying presidential campaigns. So I would talk about some of that stuff, and people were just into it. They were like, oh, yeah, it's fun. And when I say people, I mean like, 10, 20 people.
Right.
And I was like, oh, cool.
Just
Because when you're
strangers.
new to it,
Yeah.
and there isn't this like battle for likes and shit like it is now, you're just like, oh, look, 20 people that I didn't know think that I'm entertaining, and they and slowly the audience like pushed me into comedy.
Yeah.
They were like, because when you're an entertainer, you naturally do what people respond to,
Right.
right? So people are responding to the laughs and joke points, and then over the period of the course of a year or two, those laughs and joke points got more frequent as I injected more jokes, and eventually it was just like, oh, I guess I'm doing comedy, and it was never what I set out to do.
Right.
And it took me a while, believe it or not, before I gave myself permission, which I know sounds weird. Because for a while you're like, I'm not a comedian.
Right.
I don't do what
I
these
don't
other
deserve this.
I don't do what these other people do. And then after a while, I was like, no, I am a comedian. I just do it differently. Like I don't, because then I wasn't doing stand up. So like I don't get on stage and I don't do that. I do this and it's working. And now everyone does that. Now everyone gets on the internet and makes comedy. And,
Yeah.
you
No
know.
one gets on the internet and makes drama. I don't ever watch drama on the internet.
No.
I mean,
No, they
drama
do.
by
It's
like
just
diss
with
raps
each
and
other.
stuff like that. Yeah, but like that's like childish drama. I'm talking like you don't see a lot of YouTubers making it big by like no one has an internet soap opera or no one has like an internet.
Yeah.
You know, there's no like what's a famous drama movie? You know, like Schindler's List. There's no like Schindler's List of YouTube. You know what I mean? It's like that's strictly for movies. That's not what people respond to in the digital. Like the biggest Viners, the biggest Instagram, the biggest Twitter people. They're all comedy, unless they're like a movie star. But like you don't see like Meryl Streep with a giant with Twitter following. I guess Trump is the but he's also funny.
Yeah,
Kinda.
well, but again, he's creating that drama that is real life.
Yeah,
So that's the only drama people watch on the internet is when people fight with each other.
actual life.
Yeah, and it either is real or feels real.
Yeah.
Which I think is like tacky and trashy, and I don't get involved in it.
Yeah.
But it works for people. I
Yeah.
mean, people get, especially influencers now, they'll make a whole name on themselves just by
trashing.
shitting on people or
Yeah.
getting trashed by other people.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me.
I bet you there's some level of WWE about it where they call each other up and go, let's just fuel these flames right now.
It's not in the script.
Yeah. No, but like we cool. I'm gonna say some bad shit about you. You say some bad shit about me, and we'll
I bet
both go
there
to
is
the
too.
bank.
Either it's that or it's that, but it's not as blatant.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
a mutual.
it's just an understanding that like, yeah, we're just gonna do this for the. Who are those guys that boxed last year?
Yeah,
Those guys had to
Logan
have
Paul
some
and
kind of
KSI.
understanding.
Well, same with like Mayweather and McGregor. It's a show. They know they're gonna, and then at the end they hug it out, and they just like go party together on the millions that they made.
Yeah.
Because you create the drama, and then that's what happens.
See, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be on my deathbed. I'll be on my deathbed and look back and go, man, I made some really cool stuff, and I entertained a lot of people, and I made them really happy. But I'd never look back and go, I'm so glad I fought that guy in a boxing ring in a fake boxing match. Like, people were so into that. Like, children loved it.
I'm just hoping that the biggest things I do in my life aren't 60 years before I died. I would hope I'd be like, last week I did this, and this was awesome too.
You'd be like a super old man.
Just
doing
you know, like I fucking volunteered the shit out of that soup kitchen last week.
Oh.
You know,
I
or like I big brothered the hell out of that orphan the other day, or something
funny.
worthwhile in my old age.
That's fine. Well, I hope you do too, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. I think that was our calls and that was our subjects.
That brings us to the end of our episode.
We'll jump in the live chat stream thing.
Yeah. Well, awesome, guys. We're going to sign off here in just a second. Well, thanks very much for watching. We're the Kings of Influence. We're here every Wednesday at noon on YouTube, and you can download the podcast anywhere podcasts are found.
Anywhere. Oh, yeah. And guys, call us, hit us up and ask us for advice. Number is 321-222-3179. Call, leave your first name, your age, and then, a minute-long message about what's going on in your life, and talk to us, and we'll tell you what we think. You can be anonymous. It's cool. You can give us a fake name.
Make up a fun name. And if you'd like to get a message from us, just letting you know when we're about to go live, text the word KINGS to the number 43506, and we will send you one text a week, nothing more, nothing less.
All right, guys. We love you.
Talk to you soon. Hey, hey, hey.
I'm gonna let it keep going. Start again with the... Oh, it's
Right.
done.
Bye from
Oh,
Sweden.
there it goes again. Oh,
Oh.
okay. Okay. Take these
Yeah,
bad
these are-
boys off. It's starting to get hot in here, so you
Yeah.
know it's summer.
Oh, it's getting there.
Woo! Catherine said, "Great show. Thank
Thanks.
you."
Thanks, Sweden. Man, I missed Sweden. I liked Sweden a lot. It's a great country. It
Didn't
looks
we
a
talk
lot.
about Sweden before?
Probably.
Were a bunch of beautiful ass people
Yeah,
there?
yeah. Massive, giant people.
Right.
Ah,
Just like supermodels.
right. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Icky Vicky.
Icky Vicky. I love it.
It's pretty great. Oh, we got some ladies in the room tonight. That's cool. Kale, Claire,
Guys pretending to be ladies, but
right? Or the other way around.
That's
Rohan.
a thing.
Thanks, Rohan. Rohan. That sounds like something from Lord of the Rings. That was a Rohan. There was a Rohan in Lord of the Rings, right? Or maybe it was like a land.
Lindsay Rohan? I don't know.
What's up, France? Bonjour.
What's up? Bew. B-E-W-E.
Bew.
Bew from France.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem, Madman. Where do you work? Keeping your mind active during the workday. I could see it listening to us during a desk job or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
Feels like you're hanging out with us.
yeah. Thanks, Helmy.
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 What's up, my Helmy?
What's up, my Helmy? You work hard and love it. Good job. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Maya.
Thanks. Maya.
Shout me out. Sappuccino. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Hola from Mexico.
Oh my gosh, we got so much. Yes, we know you are a lady,
No,
Kale.
Lady Kale.
Kale, what's the lemon mean? I've
is
been
the
wondering
lemon?
that a long
It's
time.
named after her car. Shanamik, on the way from Tennessee to Indiana. I've played
Ah.
both of those states, and they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a heavy equipment operator. Hopefully you're keeping your eye on the ball then. my
Yeah,
man.
he's like operating a forklift listening to us.
Right? You know what I love is those giant cranes that you see on construction sites when they're way up and they have the flags hanging down from them. Something about that to me is like so cool. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, what?
It's like the
You're alone on that
8-year-old kid in me, like the tonk. I could see myself operating one of those things. You know, they're so cool.
Shoot for the stars, man.
Yeah, right. But no, you get paid big money for that shit.
If Epic Rap doesn't work out.
Oh my gosh, yeah. How's the weather there? What's the chance of snow here in Utah? Oh my gosh, there's not going to be any snow here. Oh, make lemonade. Okay, cool.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, when life gives you. What happens when life gives you lemonade?
Then
You just drink it?
you pound it.
Okay.
From Lyon, France.
You add alcohol.
Yeah, right? You make Mike's hard lemonade.
That's like some kind of weird metaphor for rich kids fucking up their lives and becoming addicts. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. When life gives you lemonade, you just add alcohol.
Yeah, there you go. Add meth. Oh, man. Hello from
Seen
Alaska.
The crane that fell on the Google building.
Google building? Where? In what city? In Culver City? Because they're building a... No, I think that's Apple or Amazon they're building right where Culver Studios used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
massive.
God.
A massive one.
That's gonna fuck with traffic.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Bird scooters all day long.
Did you tell me that they banned those bird scooters?
In
Or
Santa
they-
Monica and a lot of places,
They've
yeah.
definitely cleaned them up.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, sweet Jesus. You freeze
Ooh,
them back
sweaty.
into lemons. Okay. Fair enough. That's what you do with lemons. If life gives you grapefruits,
I don't get the thing with grapefruit juice. I find it very tart.
it is tart.
It's not good. I'm not into it.
I'm all right with it.
Apparently, juice is not good for you anyway.
It's like too much sugar.
It's all sugar.
But how the hell is fruits and vegetables are supposed to be good for you? Now you can't eat fruit?
You can eat fruit because it's got the fiber and stuff in it. You just can't. You can't drink just the juice because it's all sugar. It's
But
all
it's
the bad,
natural
all the bad,
sugar.
but none
But
of
I
the
guess
good.
there's no difference between natural sugar and like
It's still calories.
yeah. Rohan Solo. Okay, cool. Somebody from Seattle. All right. The Seattle's in the house.
Rohan Solo. Your friends don't call you that, Rohan.
Why wouldn't they? That seems like a good one to call. That seems about right.
Rohan Solo. I don't know. It's just because people are like, yeah, my friends call me Big Dick Murphy. No, they don't. No, they don't.
No one calls you Big Dick Murphy. I'm Medium Dick Murphy.
Right. I am average sized Joe. Medium Dick Murphy.
Oh man. Make grapefruit jam like jelly? Is that like grapefruit jelly?
Are you a bigger fan of strawberry
No.
jelly
won't do
or
it.
grape?
Only grape. Grape and only grape.
See, I'm a bigger fan of strawberry.
I never eat grape strawberry jelly.
You know the difference? This is old gag, but you know the difference between jelly and jam?
No.
I can't jelly my dick in your ass.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I have heard that one, but it's
Come
a good
on.
one.
That's so old.
Sparky from Wyoming. My wife's from Wyoming. I like Wyoming.
She's from Wyoming?
Josie's from Wyoming, yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Why?
I don't know. That's
Why
just
choose
where
to
they
be
live.
from Wyoming?
She didn't have a choice. That's just where she was born.
Well, I'm from Oklahoma, which a lot of people think is sort of a remote place, but it's not at all. But when I think of remote, I think of Wyoming.
It's the least populated state.
Okay.
Uh,
So I'm not crazy.
no, you're correct. Grape jam. What do I think about Forex trading?
Forex, that's currency trading.
Like Bitcoin?
No, like trading the dollar versus the euro versus the yen. There's a whole market for that.
I don't even know what that is.
So I'll give you a super simplified version. Like, you know how currency rates go up and down and
Sure.
stuff? It's just like a stock market. Like, oh, I'll buy a bunch of
Yen.
you know,
and then-
British yen, and I'll wait for the value to go up and then I'll sell it.
Oh,
There's a huge market for that.
yeah, basically just buying and selling money.
You are.
Yeah.
But people make money doing that. It's called Forex trading. I think I'm right about
I think
that.
it probably makes a lot of people really rich.
Yeah, it's just like stock trading.
If you're that into the economics of the stock market, then you probably have a really good idea of how to make money. People, just managing money is an art form, and tiny little decisions can be massive results.
Oh yeah. You can Forex Bitcoin too. Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
I mean, buy Bitcoin, wait for the value to go up, and then sell it.
Yeah.
Sure you can. Remember when Bitcoin was like the next big thing?
Yeah. Now it's kind of like leveled off and it's normal.
It was like a trend.
Well, I remember seeing it on those stock market shows. And so here's all the here's all the cryptocurrency numbers for today. I was like, oh, now it's a real thing. Now it's a real thing.
Is it still getting that though?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
they
yeah.
backed off?
I mean, I don't think it's what it once was. Like people were going crazy. Oh, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. But now it's, I think, just part of the everyday thing. I'm wearing out of words because I'm tired now.
Well, I know in the Mueller report, they if I remember correctly, they caught some of those Russian sources by tracing their Bitcoin, which Bitcoin was supposed to be untraceable. But
Wow.
in the very report, he's like, yeah, it's something like he traced it all back to the same email address.
If it's untraceable, how do they know who to pay?
I don't know how it works, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. There's always some kind of paper trail.
Yeah.
Clearly, as demonstrated by Mueller, was like, yeah, they just bought it from this email address. So we were able to trace it back. Like, oh my God.
There you go.
Porter says Bitcoin's a joke now.
Oh, dang. Yep, a big joke. My old landlord tried to make me go to the Bitcoin seminar with him.
Yeah, that sounds super shady.
Yeah, why does your landlord want you to go, Jackie? That guard up,
Yeah, big time.
guard up. North Dakota, okay, what's up?
I refused. Good. Refuse on a lot of different levels. No,
No,
thanks.
I
No
haven't-
Bitcoin for me.
Right. I haven't heard of that accident, Shannon. No. The
Truck
trucker
driver caused a
accident.
huge
I
accident.
doesn't surprise me you've heard of it. So you're in your
Truck
industry.
driver, right?
Jackie said I refused. Good. I refuse your Bitcoin date. I'm not going on a Bitcoin seminar date with
That
you.
sounds awful. It's like, well, you want to come to this timeshare presentation? No. No, thank
oh my
you.
gosh.
All right, let's get off here, man.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. See,
Yeah.
look at that. Oh, wait.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Getting
no.
out,
I
getting
get
out.
crazy. It gets hot.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Talk to you next week.
I love how you put on your announcer voice.
I know. I know.
Should do that as anyone leaves. Okay, guys, now we're doing the thing, and let's bring you back to the oldies, and we'll catch you again at the same bat time, same bat channel next week. Just in a conversation. That'd be great.
Oh, I got called out.
All right. Love you guys.
Okay, guys. Great. Thanks very much.
See you next week. It's just funny, dude.
Bye.
We
y'all.
just hit 17K. Congrats on 17. That's what he said. I think we hit 17K a while back.
What, subscribers?
Yeah, that's what Portis is saying.
Oh, nice.
I think we hit it a while back. But all right. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Later.